Happy Chuseok. So today is actually Tuesday, not Monday. Monday was Chuseok, right? Yeah, yesterday was actually officially Chuseok Day. And for those of you who don't know, Chuseok is like Korean Thanksgiving. It's like the mid-autumn festival, but it's like one or two like biggest holidays in Korea, like New Year's and Chuseok. I've actually been sick. Today's the first day that I'm not like crippled with a cold. But I met your entire family, well, most of your family. We're going to talk about that later, but we're actually in Bukchon today, Bukchon Hanbok village, walking around. I'm in my modern Hanbok, which again we'll talk about later. The weather's perfect, and we're on our way to find a traditional tea house, but it looks pretty crowded, so let's go. Ready?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's so peaceful. It was so crowded, but no one's up here this way. Well, these are actually all private homes though. This is it, the tea house. Andy said there's a line though, but we'll see. It's so perfect and beautiful and cute. So many, so many. Do you want snacks too?
네.
Us. English menu.
As dried and steamed with red bean.
So this is the rice cake, red bean,
Yeah.
dried persimmon.
Yeah, three combination. It might be.
There's like a pumpkin seed on top. Little pumpkin
you think it's seed?
Yeah, it's a pumpkin seed. Inner courtyard. Ready to go? Yeah, let's go. We're finished having the traditional tea now. It was very good. What was the name of the place? What was it?
차 마시는 듯.
I'm gonna put that here, the name. So anyway, a lot of places we were trying to look for online, it was like $7-8 for 1 cup. But this place is really, really good value because it was like 6,000 to 10,000 won for, they give you like a whole thermos of water and then like the tea set, and you can like pour water as you go. And actually we didn't finish with all the water, so very good value. You don't just get 1 cup, you get multiple cups of tea out of it. And the snacks are pretty cheap. Like the cookies were 4,000 won, and then the rice cake was 3,000. Anyway, it's really good value. So if you guys are looking to have kind of like traditional Korean tea in Korea, Bukchan at
차 마시는 뜰.
Yes, that one. I recommend. There are so many people in Hanbok. So many. So many. We're just gonna keep wandering now. The sun looks like it's gonna set soon. Let's go. Before the sun goes down and we still have good lighting, this is my modern hanbok that Andy just got for me. He really wanted to get me one, but also I really wanted one too. So I did wear this on Chuseok. I wore this to meet your extended family. And the skirt was like 89,000, the top was 99,000. Together it was kind of like 200,000 won, which is like around $180, I guess. Which I think is like the average price we receive for a bunch of different places. But we did buy this in person at a store named Koreano. It's at like Ewha University, if any of you want your own modern hanbok. So it's very comfortable, and I really like the color. I don't own a lot of it, but I'm very comfortable with this. Thank you, Andy, I love it. We rented hanbok to walk around like Incheon and Bukchon area, and we took pictures in this doorway, and I was really excited because they were berry plants and they had like a bench with a bear on it. And now they have signs that like put up a gate since 2 years ago. Like people are not allowed over there anymore. Andy, we're the reason why they have a gate now. Okay, so it's actually like a week later after tea. It's the next weekend. So Chuseok was officially like a week ago, because today is Sunday and Chuseok was last Monday. But we visited your family last Sunday. Yeah. And I just wanted to talk a bit about what my first Chuseok experience was like and what Chuseok is in general. Because not all of you guys are Korean, obviously, and not all of you guys know what Chuseok is. So I made some notes. We're filming on Andy's phone today. The iPhone versus Samsung war continues with who has the best quality and everything else.
Vote Samsung.
So Chuseok is Korea's like autumn harvest festival. It's commonly known as like Korean Thanksgiving. Yeah, and I wrote this down. It's held on the 15th day of the 8th month of the lunar calendar on the full moon. So Korea and a lot of Asia traditionally has gone by a lunar calendar instead of the solar calendar that the West uses. And for the most part, Korea goes by the Gregorian calendar now. They use the solar calendar. But for little things like Chuseok, like traditional holidays, they still go by the lunar calendar. Like your parents' birthdays still go by the lunar calendar. So it's like a lot of today, a lot of things go by the solar calendar, but a lot of things still use the traditional lunar calendar. And the lunar calendar changes every year. So like Chuseok's date changes every year. Like this year it was September. Usually I think it's September, but sometimes it's October. Like it really, it's never the same year to year. And there are like 2 major things associated with Chuseok, and they are chare. Chare, yes. So that is the ancestral memorial rite, which is like if you see like pictures of other people like with Chuseok, I know there's a lot of pictures of this. It's that huge table with like a lot of food spread out. It's like the food offering, and sometimes there's like pictures of like ancestors or like grandparents like at the memorial table, and it's like the offering of the food to the ancestors. Your family did not do that because like they're not as super traditional.
And also it's kind of religious things.
Oh, is it?
Joseon era.
Oh, I didn't know religion was tied in.
I don't know exactly. Maybe it's more long time ago. I don't know. Maybe
Joseon was like a span of
before
Joseon.
I don't know, before
like
Joseon.
Koryo?
Or before? I don't know. I don't
Before
know where
Koryo?
I don't know when this come from.
Sheila, Bakje? Like the founding of Korea?
Baekjaegul and Sheila in the same era, but I
Well,
mean
they
like
came together to make.
I mean
Anyway.
like
History lessons.
I don't know, like, even though I'm Korean, I don't know like exact information because I'm an expert.
But it feels like there might have been something
yeah,
religious tied in.
Very long time ago. Yeah, and also my mom's family is kind of Christian.
Even if there was like a folk religion tied into Chuseok, we spent Chuseok with his mom's family and they're like Christian, so it's like it would feel ritual. Being a Christian myself, it would feel kind of awkward to have like a ritual like that, being like a Christian person. So it makes sense then that your family wouldn't hold the chare. But there's the other thing, Seongmyo. Yeah, Seongmyo is visiting the family's tombs, the grave sites, for Chuseok, for the holiday, and just kind of like cleaning it or like saying hi, just like maintenance. Which you were saying your family might go like the week before Chuseok or the week after Chuseok, and they're not really like very like we must do it now, we must honor ancestors now.
Like they don't care about do that on time because we are busy. It's really difficult to gather together at once,
especially because Andy and most of your mom's family, except for your mom and mom's sister, live in Seoul area, but the tomb is in Mokpo, which is like southern countryside Korea, so it's like a big effort for your family to go down there.
It's really difficult to gather them like together. So yeah, they make a arrangement, like kind of appointment
with each other.
Yeah,
set a date to go visit the tombs.
So yeah.
So Andy's family does that, but it's more relaxed. Like it doesn't need to be for Chuseok. And it's kind of difficult since half of them live in Seoul to go down to like the southern Korean countryside. But at any rate, those are the two big things associated with Chuseok. It's like taking care of the tombs and also like the like ritual offering of the food. But so we went to your grandmother's house. Your grandma lives alone in Seoul. But so we walked in and we arrived with your mom and sister. And I've mentioned it in passing, but I have met his mom and sister before, but not like anyone else in your mom's family. So we arrived with your mom and sister, and just your grandma was there. Like your other uncles had arrived, but they like went out and were like, yeah, they were like hanging out outside. So we walked in, and honestly, the first thing I noticed was all the paper crafts. Like even just by the doorway, like your grandma is like a wonderful craftswoman. Like there were so many, was it technically origami? It's just like the art of folding paper into like little intricate things. And like the whole apartment was full of those everywhere. I mean, you would open a cabinet to get something and it would be like little paper crafts just like shoved in the cabinets. It was so cute. But something I was really like grateful to participate in, but I didn't know what to do because it was like a Korean culture thing, but we did the like official like bow in front of your grandma because her husband had passed, so she's like the head of the family now, right? So it was like what you were presenting me to your grandma? Like what was that? We did like the formal bow. Is there a word for that?
절.
So can you explain what that was and what the significance of that was?
I might say like, oh, here's my expected wife as your grandson, so I am going to introduce her to you. It's kind of ritual. I don't know, I don't want to say it's ritual, but
it's kind of a ritual. It's a tradition, like because it felt like I was being presented to the head of your family, and that is like literally what it was. But she was really like humble about it. Like I don't know. Especially because then when the rest of his like uncles came, your oldest uncle wanted us to do it again in front of him and his wife because he's the oldest male member of the family. But he like kind of forced your grandma to do it with him again. Like you could tell she was just kind of like, oh no, it's okay. And he was like, bow in front of us.
Sure, it's okay.
Anyway, we had like a little rice drink that your grandma made all by herself too. It's not really tea or wine, it's something in between. It's really sweet, but it's kind of like a dessert. It's just a rice drink, and it was really good. What else? There were like, what, 3 courses of food? Once everyone showed up again, so like once the uncles came back and your aunt showed up, because your mom has 2 brothers, 1 sister. So once they all showed up and like the whole family was there, we had like the first course was like fruits, like I think grapes and like the Korean like Asian pears are very common to eat for Chuseok. And the pear was so good.
Korean pear is rare and good.
They're so delicious. And I've had Asian pear before in America. Like you can buy them in America, but I don't know, your one uncle was just like, oh, has she had raw fish before? And you said like, yeah, you know, her dad's a chef, like she's had raw fish before. She also just like likes sashimi. And he was like, oh, we'll see. Like he didn't believe that I could eat raw fish. And then like we had the live octopus was placed down. I had live octopus for the first time, and it doesn't really have like a special taste, right?
It's salty.
Yeah, it just kind of tastes like salty butter, kind of. I don't know, but I did a couple times a suction, like they suctioned inside my cheek. That kind of like tickled. It was fun. I don't know, for a lot of you guys, I'm sure that sounds nauseating to eat live octopus and have it suction to your cheek, but I thought it was fun and great. So after that we had, no, it was a sashimi and then the live octopus. And then
it doesn't matter.
We had a lot of like, there was like bulgogi and like the fish, not bulgogi, like ribs. The short rib and fish and a bunch of it. There was so much food. We ate so much. And I think that's like a staple of any country's like Thanksgiving or like autumn harvest or fall holidays. Just like,
we had sompian too.
Just sitting with your family and eating so much. What did we have?
Sompian.
What's that?
It's the rice cake. Especially for Chuseok.
Yeah, the special rice cake.
Make them by ourselves.
Did your grandma make them?
Usually we make them by ourselves, but nowadays we like lazy and we don't have energy to do that. Yeah. So it's kind of like old tradition.
But
when I was really young,
traditional Korea is modernized.
When I was really young, I did that.
You made it
every
yourself?
Chuseok. Yeah.
But towards the end of the night, we had like makgeolli and like some ice cream cake, and it was like very relaxed. So I don't think it was a super traditional Chuseok, but like that's fine. Like I'm not upset that your family isn't traditional. If anything, I'm really thankful because they were very accepting of me. Like not only am I like the first like girl you've like formally presented to your family, but I'm a white American. So there's a lot of like, especially with your grandma, because it was taught in schools up until like the 80s or some recent time that like Koreans had pure blood. And so like I was worried your grandma would be like, oh, this is like messing with our pure blood, but she was just like, hi, welcome. She was really kind. So yeah, I'm just really thankful that your family is so accepting and just like cool with me as your significant other.
As far as I know, my grandma is kind of conservative. She's really conservative, and she was a teacher, especially strict teacher.
Was she?
Yeah. So I thought she's like...
Were you worried a little?
Just a little bit. When I like come up with you with her. So, but she was like, oh, I want to see her anyway.
Yeah. Even before Chuseok, your grandma was like, oh, when's Rachel coming to Korea? I want to meet her. Like when we were still long distance. That was the greatest part of Chuseok. Not really any like ceremony or food. The greatest part was just gathering. Like, meeting all of your family and knowing that they like were comfortable with me. Yeah, so that was my first Chuseok in Korea. Maybe next Chuseok we'll travel or not. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think like the new trend is traveling for Chuseok but staying home for New Year's. Yeah. So New Year's is when? Like March? February? When is Korean New Year? February? Yeah. So the next big Korean holiday is in February, but till then, it's officially fall here in Seoul. The weather has been perfect. Andy's broken out his fall colors. I've broken out my hats. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great Chuseok. I hope you did too, whether you're Korean or not. If you were just hanging out at home in wherever you live, the Netherlands, and you had no idea Chuseok existed, I still hope you had a great last Monday. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their fall. Please enjoy the weather, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!